Hey everyone, it is April 25th, and I will be about 3 months on testosterone in like 2 days. So just to kind of update people on changes that I have noticed the past 2 weeks, hair, and more hair, like everywhere, like a perpetual forest growing in of hair. um, Hair that I previously had, like on my shins, is getting darker and thicker, um, and coarser. Uh, where I didn't have hair, there's just like peach fuzz now, and that goes for body hair. Not so much facial hair, but like for instance, I used to not have to shave anything above the knee, like when I did shave my legs, and now there's just like little fuzzies, little peach fuzz growing in on like the tops of my thighs and my knees and my calves. It's like every time I look down, there's like a new hair sprouting, and I don't know how often it's coming in. Like it seems by the hour. Um, as far as facial hair goes, I have like some pretty thick sideburns coming in. This is actually kind of interesting for me because this one right here is super thick, but this one is not as thick, and this has like a lot more coarse hairs growing in, and this is like really fine peachy fuzz. So I don't know what's going on with that. Yeah, I've got also this goatee weird chin hair coming in. It's not super thick, and it tends to only grow in right here on the corners, and it doesn't ever seem to meet. This is also like without me shaving for like 2 days, at least my chin area. Speaking of shaving, I have discovered that using a safety razor is really freaking awesome. I used to use just like disposable razors, or the kind where you can just pop the cartridge off and like put another one on. But I was noticing that it wasn't giving me a close shave that I wanted, because I tend to what I've noticed with my facial hair is that it's not coming in like peach fuzz and then getting dark. It's coming in already like as stubble. So it's coming in thick and dark, but it doesn't grow out. It just stays as stubble. So I would try to shave like with disposable razors, and it wasn't giving me a close enough shave, and I was just walking around looking really dirty, and not even like I had a 5 o'clock shadow, because it just comes in like weird various patches. And then if I would try to get a close shave with that, like actually kind of press it down, like stuff that you're not supposed to do, I was getting like ingrown hairs, and it was actually really aggravating my acne. So I heard from a friend, and I actually also read online that safety razors can help lessen the amount of ingrown hair, and also help lessen the aggravation and irritation and acne. And that's happened so far. Like I've been using this for about 2 weeks now, and my acne has actually like calmed down a lot. And I wanted, I don't know if it's because maybe my body is getting used to the testosterone and my face isn't like freaking out like 13-year-old boy anymore. um, but I do want to say that maybe some of it had to do with me switching the razors, and it gives me a really close shave. I can shave like once and then not have to do it for like another 3 days. um, so yeah, that's about that as far as like fuzzy man fuzz stuff goes. um, let's see what else. Muscle growth. Um, I don't work out. I'm not gonna try to pretend like I do, but it's still pretty impressive for me to see like an actual bulge, and like my shirts are tighter around my arms. It's crazy. I will maybe do like a couple of sets of push-ups like once a week, because it's all I have time for, and it's all I'm motivated to do right now. Shoulders have continued to widen out. Um, I know this because I can tell when I put my binder on, it's actually starting to like cut into me under my arms. So I think I may have to order like a size up. Um, and it's just tight around my shoulders. Like my binder used to have so much extra fabric up here and in the back, and now it's just like super tight. Um, I am I feel like I'm going through this like awkward puberty phase where like my clothes don't really fit, but at the same time, if I go shopping for new ones, the next size up doesn't fit. Because most of the clothes I have right now are getting really tight, as you can see, like in the shoulders and in the arms. A lot of them are really tight under my arms, so it's kind of like restricting when it comes to movement. But at the same time, I can't move a size up because then I just look like I'm swimming in fabric. So I'm just kind of testing it out, seeing how it goes here. I don't mind tight clothes though. I'm not gonna lie. I very much enjoy tight clothing, especially pants. Uh, what else? My hairline is changing. Like this didn't used to be as far back. There used to be a little bit more fuzz there. It's getting pushed back now. I'm not too worried about that because I think hair loss comes from your mother's side, and all of my mom's brothers, all of my uncles have a full head of hair. Uh, Nice, full salt and pepper hair at their age, which is awesome. What else? Dry skin. I don't know if that is also hair growth related or if it's testosterone related because I know that the texture of your skin also changes when you start taking testosterone. But I've noticed that my skin is dry. It doesn't matter how much lotion I apply. It doesn't matter how much I exfoliate. It doesn't matter what kind of body wash I use. I look ashy like all the time, and I'm carrying like a little trial size lotion thing with me like in my messenger bag like wherever I go, and I'm constantly applying it, and then like an hour later I'll look at my hands and they're just dry and cracked, and it's kind of annoying because it's getting to the point where it's a little bit painful. um so I've noticed that. And what else? My voice. I don't think it's changed much since last time. I think that it has actually maybe even stayed the same. I've been told by a couple of people that there's like a buzz to it now, like there didn't used to be, but I haven't noticed a dramatic drop. So we'll see. Like within the next couple of weeks, we'll see how that goes. My appetite is still completely raging, but I've learned to control it better. I'm learning to not give in. Like when I first started taking testosterone, like within 2 days, I was just hungry and I wanted to eat everything in sight. And like I still do. Like I see stuff like on the counter on the table, and I'm like, is that a sandwich? I should make me one of those. Or I'm like, I should, go pick up a burger. Or I'm like, I should make spaghetti and eat the whole pot by myself. It's like just a perpetual state of munchies. But I've learned to control it now. And I'm actually, I wasn't that much of a breakfast eater pre-T. Eating was one of the things I hated upon waking up. Like, I thought it was disgusting. I didn't understand how anyone could have breakfast. My appetite didn't really start rolling until like around noon, and then I would kind of get hungry. But I've noticed that being on T, when I wake up in the morning, the first thing that I want to do is eat. And it doesn't necessarily have to be anything big, so it's not like I'm making like bacon and egg sandwiches with like a side of hash browns or something. Like granola and some soy milk with some bananas does the trick. And it actually helps me throughout the day to not feel as hungry and to not give in to temptation. So to not walk around on campus and be like, I want a burrito because I'm hungry right now. So I'm learning to just in general deal with my appetite and to take better care of myself. What else? Downstairs growth hasn't really happened since like the first month, which I'm not really complaining about. It's just like whatever. What else? Distribution of fat is strange to see happen on your own body. I've never really had much hips, but I've noticed that what I do have is starting to go more towards my belly. And it's not that like I'm getting a pot belly or I'm getting fat or anything, but it's more like my body is widening out. So like what used to kind of resemble like an hourglass figure is starting to just sort of even out. And it's really crazy to see that. Like the other day I was getting dressed and I just happened to look in the mirror and I was like, whoa. So it's strange. I've also noticed that my thighs have gotten thicker and they're a lot more muscular. Like, I put on pants and they fit better. Like, pants are fitting better, you know, whereas shirts are getting too tight. Um, I kind of like the way my pants fit now. What else? I think what I'm gonna start doing is saving up here for a stand-to-be device. I don't really get read as male in public. Actually, that's something I wanted to talk about. I don't get read as male in public, but at the same time, I'm not having people call me ma'am anymore. It's like people can't figure out my gender, so I don't get sirred and I don't get ma'amed. People kind of wait for me to talk and then they go from there. I think my light just ran out. The bulb just went out. Interesting. Okay, well, anyway, people don't sir or man me. They kind of wait to figure out, uh, you know, with stuff like my voice, or if I have friends around that are calling me he, then they'll go from there. Um, which I guess is kind of progress. And like perhaps the next step is being read as male, like full time. But with that said, I'm kind of saving up to buy a stand-to-p device. I'll probably do it within the next couple of weeks, like with the next paycheck that I get. Um, but everything I've been reading has pointed towards the one with like the nipple receptacle being the best choice. And I've thought about it, and I was like, do I really want like a medicine spoon poking me around in my junk? So the answer to that is no. So I think I'm gonna invest in that and hopefully kind of get the hang of it. It's not really dysphoria related so much as it's I hate going into men's restrooms like at bars or at clubs or restaurants or school or hell like any place. They're disgusting. There's just like piss all over the toilet. Like no one flushes. It's like you were raised by a pack of wolves or something. So it's really gross. I don't like dealing with that. And even places that do have stalls and offer privacy to where I wouldn't have to use a stand-to-pee device, I don't want to be wiping up other people's piss before I sit down to take my own piss. I'd rather just, you know, have it there and easy and have the comfort of being able to go in a spot where nothing's gonna touch my skin. I'm a little bit of a germaphobe. So yeah, I will let you guys know how that goes. I've heard it can be kind of tough to get used to in terms of figuring out like how to pee through it. So I'm probably just gonna end up trying here a couple of times. That way I don't go out and like pee down my leg. But yeah, I guess that's all for changes. I'm still looking for a job. I have a couple interviews coming up, so we'll see how that goes. None of them are full-time, but I figured I could work 2 part-time jobs, and it would probably actually be interesting working at 2 different establishments and seeing a lot of different people. But other than that, that's how it's been 3 months on testosterone, so thanks for watching.